Look at these two lines. This one is new apps being built with AI. It's going straight up. This one is how many people use them. It's flat. A study just put real numbers on it. We are building more apps than ever and almost no one is using any of it. I'm going to show you exactly what that study found, why this is happening, and the part that matters most, how to be one of the few apps that actually gets users, including how to point AI at that instead of only the building. Because building was never the hard part, getting anyone to care is. The study itself comes out of MIT and Wharton. They looked at over 100,000 developers and the 4 biggest app marketplaces. Since these agentic AI tools took off, the number of new apps shot up sharply on the Apple App Store, but the total usage of those apps didn't rise at all. Same audience, far more apps, and the share of new apps that never reach even a small number of users went up. Think about what that means. We've made it dramatically easier to build software, and it produced almost no new software that anyone uses. The supply exploded, the demand simply didn't notice. Here's why. Building an app was only ever one link in the chain. You build it and then it has to get found. It has to earn trust, someone has to want it and keep using it. A chain is only as good as its weakest link, and AI sped up the one link that was never the problem, writing the code. It did nothing for the rest. And there's a second catch hiding in all of this. When people say AI made building easier, what they really mean is it made building an MVP easier. A rough version, getting to something that looks like it works, is quick now. Getting to something that holds up when real people hammer on it is a completely different job. Because the moment you get real users, the hard engineering shows up. Things break in ways you didn't predict. It buckles under the load. Strange edge cases, security holes, data goes missing. AI will help with that, but it won't carry you through it the way it carried you through to the demo. That's the next level of building, and it's still genuinely hard. Now, here's the dark joke buried in the data. Almost none of these apps have users, which means nobody ever hits the bugs. All that shaky engineering underneath, the stuff that would fall over the second real traffic arrived, nobody finds out about it. The boom looks healthy, partly because it's empty. Half of these apps are held together with tape and we'll never know because nobody's pulling. Put those two together. Building an MVP is basically free now, which means the MVP is not your advantage. Everyone has one. The thing that's genuinely scarce, the thing that almost nobody can do, is getting people to find your thing and use it. The skill flipped. It used to be, can you build it? Now it's, can anyone find it and do they want it? That's the whole game. Right now, you might be thinking, fine, but I'm not a marketer, I just want to build. I get it. The good news is getting users isn't some dark art. It's a handful of boring, repeatable moves that most builders skip. Let me walk you through them. First, build for the people you can already reach. The cop I'll come to in a minute didn't pick a random idea. He built 4 cops because he is one. A problem you have for people you already have a line to is half your distribution solved before you write a single word. Second, choose where you're going to reach those people before finishing building, not after. If you don't know where your users gather, you haven't finished the idea yet. Third, go where they already are. The niche subreddit, the Discord, the forum, the group chat, where these people already moan about the exact problem you're solving. Show up as one of them, with a thing you made for a problem you all share, not as someone running an ad. That difference is everything. People can smell a pitch and they'll forgive a rough app from one of their own long before they'll put up with marketing from a stranger. Fourth, talk to your first users early and let them shape the thing. The good reviews and the word of mouth come from solving the real problem better, not from a louder launch. And fifth, build in public. Share the journey on one channel, whichever one you can stand being on. So attention stacks up over time instead of betting on everything on a single launch day that everyone's forgotten by Friday. And you've already seen build in public taken to its logical extreme. You just might not have read it right. Those streams, day 40, day 60, day 189, vibe coding until I make 100 grand, $1 million, whatever the number on the thumbnail is. Everyone watches them for the apps, but the apps are mostly forgettable. And that's the whole point people miss. The product was never the engine, the stream is. They show up day after day, the audience compounds, and that audience is what turns into the revenue. They're not winning because they vibe coded something brilliant. They're winning because doing it in public, on camera, is a distribution channel. The code is just the content. Those 5 moves are the manual version. But the reason this matters right now is that AI has quietly made every one of them faster. And that's the half most of these videos skip. Before I get into it, if any of this is landing, subscribe, because this distribution side is most of what decides whether you build a business or just an app nobody opens. Here's how you point AI at distribution. Use it to map where your audience is, the exact subreddits, the communities, the search terms people type when they've got your problem. Use it to draft a different version of your post for each place in that community's own tone, while you bring the real story. Use it to write your landing page and your app store listing with the words people are really searching for. Use it to turn one piece of content into 5, a post into a thread, into a short, into an email. Use it to take a pile of messy feedback and tell you what to fix first. One honest warning, AI multiplies your efforts here. It doesn't replace you. Let it fire out 100 generic posts and you'll get ignored or banned, and you'll have earned it. The genuine angle, the real story, the actual understanding of the problem, that still comes from you. AI is the force multiplier, you're still the force. That's one route, building the audience as you go. Here's the faster one, going to where your real people already are. A cop, no real software engineering background, built a location app for emergency situations with Claude code. The biggest day his business has didn't come from the code, it came from one post in a law enforcement community explaining the problem and the app he'd made for it. Over $2,000 in a single day. He didn't outbuild anyone, he out-distributed them because he knew exactly who had the problem and where they were. And the app only got genuinely good once real users started telling him what was broken. That's the whole pattern. A real problem, a solution AI helps you build, and a direct line to the people who have it. The middle step, the building, is the one that got easy. The two on either side, finding the right problem and getting it in front of the right people, are where it's won or lost. That's exactly what I'm building. Build it, ship it around. A place to take non-technical people through the whole chain, not just the fun part in the middle. It's coming soon, so keep an eye out. If you take one thing from this, take this. The app stores are full of things nobody asked for, built by people who thought building was the hard part. It never was. Anyone can build now. The people who win are the ones who treat getting users as the real job and start on day one. Build something real for people you can reach. The rest is mostly showing up where they already are.